was sitting in front of the fire on a cold and wintry night when I heard a knock at the door, and it gave me a hell of a fright. I knew that it wasn't a neighbour, for the most of them didn't knock. But when I opened, there stood the devil, gathering up some more of his flock. He stood there staring right through me with two big horns, two eyes and a beard. He offered me a chair by the fire, for I wasn't one bit afeard. But when he seen I wasn't willing to go with him, for I thought that my time wasn't up, he jumped 10 times round the kitchen, waiting for me old ticker to stop. Finally he sat down by the fire. The flames gave a bounce and a flare, yet swear by the way they were dancing that they knew that the devil was there. Then he started talking, and the truth I have to tell. He told me of a lot of folks that ended up in hell. The stories he told was a terror. It'd make the hair stand up in your head. For he told me of folks that were dying. Aye, and he told me of folks that were dead. But he liked the way I was living. The course I was taking was right. For he had a chair by his fire, and my soul he was taking that night. Says I now, hold on now a minute. Your stories don't scare me at all, for I've a wee spot up in heaven, right next to St. Peter and Paul. With that, he just quit with his preaching, and his face turned as red as a flame. And he opened a big book from his garment, and opened it right at my name. Says he, this Peter you talk of's in heaven. He sent me a letter last night. He's been watching the way you've been living, and said I could take you tonight. Well, the letter I read in a hurry, for my faith in St. Peter was great. But the devil he needn't to worry, for Peter had written my fate. With that, the big clock it struck midnight, and his ticks they just faded away, and I had give up with me fighting, and the devil had took me away. But as I was going out over the half door, one thought came into me head. I said one last act of sorrow as I grabbed the leg of the bed. Well, the power of prayer is a terror. My act of sorrow was heard. St. Peter came down and forgive me, and pulled down Nick away by the beard. Thank you very much.